After Arab allies walked away, a Western partner just did the same, leaving Trump more isolated than ever. As Iran vows revenge, America's closest allies step back, turning isolation into Trump's biggest battlefield. With no bases and no backing, has Trump's road to war with Iran just hit a dead end? After several Arab nations pulled back, another key Western ally has now distanced itself from Washington ahead of a possible war with Iran. The United Kingdom has reportedly denied the U.S. permission to launch airstrikes on Iran from the strategic bases of Diego Garcia and RAF Fairford. These two bases had been central to American military plans for any potential strike campaign against Tehran. London's decision is said to be driven by legal and political concerns over the legitimacy of an attack on Iran. The British rejection follows a similar move by America's Arab partners, who have refused to join or support any new military campaign against Iran. Arab states have also barred the U.S. from using bases on their soil as launchpads for strikes targeting Iranian positions. Meanwhile, Iran has issued a stark warning. It has vowed to retaliate by striking Israel and U.S. bases across the Middle East if it comes under attack. Diego Garcia and RAF Fairford were seen as vital hubs for U.S. military operations, especially for deploying America's heavy bombers in any campaign against Iran. It's worth noting that B-2 stealth bombers had previously been stationed at Diego Garcia ahead of the June 2025 conflict with Iran. However, when the U.S. carried out airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites on June 22, that base was notably left unused. The UK reportedly went a step further by refusing permission for Washington to deploy bomber fleets from RAF Fairford. This British decision significantly limited America's long-range strike options, constraining the scope of any sustained air campaign over Iran. Strategically positioned in the central Indian Ocean, Diego Garcia gives the U.S. rapid reach into the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. It serves as a major bomber hub, with a long runway that can launch B-1, B-2, and B-52 strategic bombers for sustained strike missions. Just around 2,300 miles from Iran's eastern border, it sharply cuts flight distances compared with launches from the U.S. mainland. The base includes a deep water port that can host U.S. Navy submarines and large surface warships for extended operations. It also holds pre-positioned war stocks, ships loaded with equipment, fuel and supplies, ready for rapid deployment in a crisis. Beyond combat power, Diego Garcia supports key communications, intelligence, and space-related missions for the U.S. military. In practice, it acts like an unsinkable aircraft carrier, anchoring American force projection across the wider region. RAF Fairford stands as the only U.S. bomber forward base in Europe, hosting B-1, B-2, and B-52 deployments. Its location offers rapid strike access across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, far closer than any U.S. mainland base. The base serves as a key hub for America's rotational bomber task force missions, maintaining constant strategic readiness. It also strengthens NATO interoperability, reinforcing joint training and allied combat coordination. With infrastructure built for heavy aircraft, Fairford's long runway supports large bombers and advanced surveillance planes. During crises, it enables quick sortie generation, making it vital for immediate global response. Above all, RAF Fairford stands as a powerful symbol of the US-UK defense partnership and shared military strength. Despite denying Washington access to key airbases, the UK reaffirmed its diplomatic support for the US in the ongoing Iran nuclear talks. A recent call between President Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer focused on rising tensions with Tehran, but it ended without any new base authorization. According to the Times, Britain's reluctance reportedly prompted Trump to withdraw U.S. backing for the Chagos Island transfer deal. The American president had earlier praised Starmer for what he called a strong and balanced agreement. But within weeks, Trump reversed course, denouncing the deal as strategically reckless and dangerous to Western security. He warned that giving up control of Diego Garcia would undermine Allied defenses in a critical region. Trump argued that even a partial loss of authority over the remote base could embolden Tehran at a volatile moment. All this comes as the U.S. military prepares contingency plans for potential strikes on Iran should the nuclear talks collapse. On February 20th, Donald Trump announced he would give Iran just 10 to 15 days to accept his terms, before taking what he called decisive action.
Today on Iran, bad things will happen. happen if Iran doesn't make
really
a
bad
deal?
things.
What will that
I'm not going to talk to you about that.
Okay, can you explain, though, what is the goal if there is a U.S. military
Well, we're
strike?
going to make a deal, or we're going to get a deal one way or the other.
But with a military strike, is it to wipe out their nuclear program?
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal, or it's going to be unfortunate for them.
And you said today 10 days. Have you given them a deadline firm to make a deal?
I would think that would be enough time, 10, 15 days, pretty much maximum.
Remember, Iran and the United States have already held 2 rounds of nuclear negotiations, but both ended without a breakthrough. President Trump is demanding that Tehran completely abandon uranium enrichment and shut down its nuclear program. Iran, however, says it's willing to talk, only if Washington first agrees to lift all sanctions.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.